Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. We are in the world-famous Sipping Den. Welcome. On this channel, I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol. And I do a Sunday morning coffee review. I am the only one in the world that can do it. And to make it easy for you to find all these unbelievable beverages that I review, I have put together an astounding playlist that YouTube provides a playlist, but it's not just that there's a lot of stuff on it. The way I have broken it down in categories and subcategories, I have made it unbelievably easy for you to find every single thing I review. You just have to look at it. I implore you to look at it. You're going to be amazed, shocked, awed. Also, the playlist, the first comment of every, comment to the video, the first one's always pinned. I'll always have one pinned because that one will have a link to the playlist that pertains to whatever I'm reviewing. And in this case, it is wine. It is Italian wine. It is Italian white wine, and I am excited about it, and I'm going to tell you why. I've never had this. This is kind of rare. It's not expensive either. We'll go over it. Amarone, which this is not, all right, is an expensive wine in Italy. It's an expensive Italian wine. I love it. The way they make Amarone is they will dry grapes, take grapes and kind of air dry them in crates. And that concentrates the fruit, and then they make the wine. It's a certain grape in a certain region of Italy, but it's the process. All right, it's called, it's right here. It's called Appassimento, the process of drying those grapes. Now, an inexpensive way to get a Amarone type wine is to get an Appassimento, which is the exact same style. It's a little different grape and it's a little different region, but they still dry the grapes. And then it concentrates the fruit and they make the wine, and it's less expensive, but it still gives you the character. Now, I have had a lot of Appassimento, and I have put them on the channel. There's another one, Ripasso. We won't get into it right now. It's another way to kind of get those flavors without paying the money of an Amarone. What's unique about this wine today, it is the first Appassimento that I've ever seen that is white. Okay, it's a white wine made in that style. I've never seen a white wine made in that style. The company here, the people that make this, I have had their Appassimento red. It's the white. They are in Italy. They are in Sicily. Here is the wine. Nero Oro. What this says is, it has the name, Appassimento on it. Grillo Sicilia, DOC. All right, that's a rating. DOC is an Italian rating. I don't get too much in the weeds. It's not that important. DOCG is the highest Italian rating. DOC, then IG, and so on. This is a DOC. Anything else that you need to know about the back? The back of it says Appassimento equals grapes dried gently and naturally. We went over that. Air dried, usually in crates, wooden crates, whatever. It's hard to read this because it's gold on yellow, but a more complex style equals layer upon layer of flavors. All right. Style is unique, a wine to remember. Grillo made in the Appassimento style is rarely found. Something special. Now, Grillo means gold. Well, actually, Grillo is a white grape. So to find a white grape made in this style is rare. Nero means black. It's from the Nero Diavola grape, which is almost a black color. Oro means gold and has to do with the Grillo grape, which is gold colored. Anyway, it's unique. I think $15 and under, right? Fantastic. That's a big screw cap. Right here. This is exciting to me. One of my favorite styles in a white. There's the color. Of course, the This is dark to keep the light out and so on. Now it's worth, I think I covered everything. Let me see. I don't want to get, I think what I told you is about all you would need to know to enjoy this, right? Winemakers in southern Italy have been using the Appassimento technique to make their red wine smoother and more concentrated. That's exactly right. But a white, given the treatment, is a rarity. See? Never seen it before. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I was excited. Perhaps it won't be once more producers taste this Sicilian Grillo. A mouth-watering, okay, we don't need to get into that too much. All right, that's good enough. It says here, though, that they dry the grapes for around, in this case, 15 days until they've lost 10 to 15% of their weight, water weight. Now you're concentrating the fruits, the sugars, the flavors. This is it's a blend. I don't know what the blend is. It's left on its lees for a while. That is the actual yeast. After it dies, the stems, the grapes, skins, they leave it. It adds extra flavor to it. Champagne's done a lot like that. And that yeast, that dead yeast that they leave it in contact with, gives it the champagne a bit of that toast bready type flavor. Anyway, let's get into this white Appassimento. Ooh, smells delicious. All right, so it smells like apples, baked apples. Grapefruit, apples. But the funny thing is, it's not a typical white that's, how do I say it, like fresh fruit smelling and nothing else, right? Like, I don't want to compare it too much, but when you smell a white a lot of times, it's just fruity and it's fresh and it's light. This one has the apple, which baked adds a little difference to it. And the grapefruit, fine, that's in a lot of wines. But there is a earthy, just an earthiness to it that you usually find in red barreled wines, wood aged. So that's a unique smell to me. Let's give this a taste. I'm doing an acclimation sip and then I'll actually give it a All right, listen to this now. See if you want to try this. It has, before we get into taste, has a nice mouth feel. It's not real watery. It's got a little thickness, a little coating to it. It's got a nice acidity to it, refreshing like a lemonade, that type of acid response. It has a kiss of sweetness. It's not sweet. It has a kiss of sweetness. And by the way, I don't know, I'm thinking that I saw it. There it is, 13.5% alcohol by volume. Pretty stout for a that's typical red wine territory. So the mouthfeel, the acidity, the kiss of sweetness, that's important because you may like that. It's not sweet. It's off dry. So if you know somebody who doesn't want that, but wants that little kiss of sweetness, this would be perfect. I happen to like this right now. Again, baked apples. Baked apples taste different. A lot of things taste different when you cook them. That almost concentrates that fruit when you bake it like a pie, an apple pie. Matter of fact, apple pie is a good descriptor of this. There is a kiss of that grapefruit as well on the finish. And there is an earthiness to this that I associate with a lot of red wines. And I really like it because I'm getting the more things, and none of them bad, the better, because it adds layers of complexity, like just hitting you and hitting you. So you get hit with that mouthfeel, you get hit with the acidity, you get hit with that tinge of sweetness right away. Baked apples, an earthiness, is a woodiness, like it was aged in a barrel, and it wasn't, I don't think. I guess that's from being on the lees, added that to it, see? A little twang of the grapefruit, a mix of pink, which is sweeter, but still tart, and the yellow. And that's where I'm going to stop now. You may get other things. I may get some other things when this warms up a little bit. It's going to change. You might get lemon. You might get pineapple. You know, you're going to be in the citrus family. That earthiness, I'm talking about that barrel that came from the leaves, I believe, and the stems and the grapes. You're going to notice that taste. We'll see how you describe it as far as what your brain recognizes from the past things that you have tasted. You're going to get the kiss of sweetness. It's really good. It's great when I think about the price. It's unique. This would be a good one to surprise people for dinner. Bring it over. This one can be consumed by itself. You do not need food with this, right? It's got the flavor where you can do it easily. But it's made in Sicily, so usually in Italy, in Europe in general, I'll just say Italy. For generations, they've been making wine that pairs well with the dishes there. Okay, so this would go well with soft cheeses. It would go well too with a sharp one, which is kind of hard, like Parmesan. You know, cut off. That's a strong, stinky cheese, but it would go with this. Seafood. All right, we're talking about an island, Sicily. Seafood, definitely. Soft cheeses, even Parmesan, I know it would go like that. And probably a fruit. This would go like a charcuterie board. It would be perfect for that. All right, and it would be all right to sip by itself because of that kiss of that sweetness. Right, where you're not getting any bitterness or very little. It's nice. It's really nice. I was excited about it, and I'm glad I saw it. And if you want to try it, okay, if you can get you this one. Or you can find a another white Appassimento. I don't know how many. This is the first one I've ever seen. You know, they might make more in Italy, but here in the United States, getting them imported, and on and on. I suggest you actually try this. I think well, some of you are going to like it. I guess some of you won't, but I think it's worth a try for you. I really do. It's an interesting white. It's got a lot of flavor. You know, you think of whites, you think of what? Well, there's so many, right? We got Chardonnay, and then the French Chablis, and so on. And you've got the Pinot Grigio, much more complex than a Pinot Grigio. I do like this better. Fiano. There's different ones. I won't get into all of them, but this. Is certainly holding its own as a different type of wine, a white wine, something different, something that I do think the majority of you are going to enjoy. I really do. Let me know if you can find it. Let me know what you think when you tried it. And as always, don't forget to sub, and I'll see you great people on the next one.